Really good question. The person said, did you ever doubt that you weren't actually changing, just manipulating better? And that's something that I've struggled with, and that a lot of narcissists that I've talked to struggle with as well. Of like, is this decision that I'm making right now, is this the good side of me or the bad side of me? Is this decision that I'm making right now, is this narcissism or is this me? There's a huge dynamic, and there's a huge aspect that I coach people, and that I also had to work through myself of like, hey, this is what I know needs to be done. This is what I know is required to become better. This is what I know it needs to be demonstrated for love, for respect, for honesty, and continuing to do that. And you get to a place where you stop doubting yourself and you start going into it being like, this is my intention to show love, honor, and respect to another person. And as a person keeps doing that, they start to build more confidence of like, hey, I'm not oscillating between narcissism and regularism, whatever. I'm making decisions based on.
So that was Ben Taylor, Raw Motivations, another self-aware narcissist on here, giving his perspective on whether or not therapy has made him better or has helped him become a better manipulator. And of course, if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. So for me to answer this question right here, I feel like I've become a better manipulator. I've been in psychotherapy for the last 5 years dealing with narcissistic personality disorder. And I know what you're thinking. Like, Lee, you've gotten worse. You became a worse person. No, I've gotten better at manipulating myself into doing better behaviors, into becoming a better person. Because even after 5 years of psychotherapy, I'm still a narcissist, y'all. It doesn't just go away overnight or anything like that. So I have to slow myself down, because my very first thought is self-serving. My very first thought is the narcissistic part of me kind of taking over as a defense mechanism to protect myself against whatever I'm doing right now in that moment. I have to slow myself down and listen to the other person talking to me, listen to the people who I'm responding to, and decide to respond in a better way. I have to manipulate myself, just tell myself, just, hey, look, doing this will help me be a better person, will help my reputation, will help my overall physical and mental health. I tell people this all the time, that some other narcissistic people will go to therapy and become better manipulators and become worse people, because they'll go to therapy and take the language that they learn in therapy and use that to manipulate their partners, use that to manipulate their coworkers, their family members, whoever, even to manipulate the therapist. So therapy is not a guarantee that the person that you're dealing with will become a better person. I'm just telling y'all that. Because for me, especially, manipulation starts with myself. I have to convince myself that this is the best course of action for myself. So my actions are still self-serving, but they serve other people as well, because I'm not out here self-destructing and intentionally trying to hurt other people. Self-awareness is just step one on becoming a better person, y'all. Because I could be self-aware and still choose to be a bad person, but I'm not.